law of mentalism. Now, mentalism deals with, first of all, we know all things are orchestrated in the mind. All right, the mind is just the working, or should I say, an interface between your spiritual and your physical. Now, we ain't gonna go too deep, but psychology, that's the study of the mind. All right, and in psychology, modern psychology, they state that it's the neurological workings, in contrast with your sensory perception and with your environment and how you interpret it. All right. If you look at the etymology of the word psych, it means spirit. So psychology can be looked at as, and from an ABPSY, Association of Black Psychologists, when you have a mental issue, that's something quote unquote spiritual. Now, it's not to say that you gotta, I'm not trying to give anybody no spookism, but these laws are spiritual. Gravity, the law of gravity, the law of what's it called? Thermodynamics. The law of electromagnetism. These are divine spiritual principles. This is how our ancestors looked at it. Now the Western world, they look at it as an object, but they don't know what gravity is. They don't know what gravity is. You know what I'm saying? But we know the interactions of gravity. So, but these same principles are just like that. You obey gravity. If not, you jump off this building, you're gonna crack your head. So it's just like the law of mentalism. You keep harboring all these negative thoughts, these thoughts of you come from a slave, you accomplish nothing, you just come from nothing, your people never accomplish nothing. Now, why is that the story in the West when that's not the true story? You got a school out here called ACE, something of classical education. Mm-hmm. They teach Greek education from a Greek perspective. The mascot is a griffin. That's a Greek mythological figure. You got black kids and children over there learning this BS. But I guarantee they don't tell you where them Greeks got their knowledge from. Africa. So like that's go back to law of mentalism. What's in your mind? If you don't have nothing in your mind, somebody gonna put something in it for you. And see, that's what culture does. It gives you that identity, gives you that self-identification to make you authentic. It's a Danish philosopher in the 19th century named Kierkegaard, Søren Kierkegaard, and he stated about people being inauthentic and authentic. And he stated that inauthentic people are people who don't have an identity and get one imposed on them. And these people will always be subjugated. These people will always be minorities. These people will always be under the dominance of the dominant culture. And the dominant culture, they might not even be authentic. But since the ones that are labeled authentic are not moving or are not trying to just pretty much, I think he was talking, it was something totally. Something going on, but it was where people were being subjugated. Same as what we always have, But he stated that if you don't have your culture intact, you're pretty much a robot or an animal that can be moved anywhere at any given place of time. And that's what we're doing now. As you see, all these murders, these things go back to mentalism. But a lot of us don't know we don't know how to formulate thoughts. We don't know how to calm thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
One good thing too about law of mentalism too is also understanding that, how I explained in the book too. Ancient Future is a book that a lot of we reference. It is up there too. Up there in front, y'all can go get it. But long story short, there are three. It also talks about there being three different realms, right? You have spiritual realm, physical realm, and the mental realm. And even what the also represents the same concept, where you have. You have the spiritual realm at the top, was represented by the non-linear oval at the top. Then you have the straight line at the bottom, was the linear, was the male, as I say, phallus, but you might see the obelisk and things of that nature. Then in the middle, we might have the cross in the middle. That's supposed to be like the mental plane, right? So the mental plane holding both the spiritual and the physical plane together, right? So y'all was talking about even the word individual. It's talking about one, which is one, and then dual, individual. So it's like you being one person with two different aspects in self, literally, right? But in the mental plane, basically is what allows you to manifest from the spiritual plane into the physical plane. So like literally, it's like we exist on 2 planes at the same time. So there's one concept, and I'll be through with this like mentalism, right? Is that we as people we're never unconscious. We have three states of consciousness, right? That's really what it is. You have the waking state consciousness, like we are now. We paying attention to totally understand what's going on. You have the sleeping state of consciousness, which is when we sleep. But you might be so-called unconscious to what's going on in your waking state, but you're dreaming. So your mind is still working. So you're never not, quote unquote, not being conscious. Then you have the meditation state of consciousness, which is when you're in between both at the same time. So, and that's the part where you're able to really build your capacity for what he's talking about, like the law of mentalism, where you're able to draw more spiritual, draw into that spiritual realm or from that place of peace. When it's time for you to, gather your thoughts or center yourself, more so than from you gathering your power from the outside in, when you're able to gather your power from the inside out. Right. So that begins with understanding mentalism, because you are, like I said, you are as you think. So that they always gonna begin with that. But yeah, understanding that the mental plane is what's allowing you to pull from that spiritual plane into what we consider to be this physical. But having certain principles, things that just bring us together.
Unify.
Yeah, they unify us no matter what. That's what a lot of our people are just missing.
Right.
When it just comes to just bringing some principles, just bring us peace. Right. So everybody, especially us as black families, I know I go through it. Like, everybody got, when it's time for them, when they ain't working, well, now when we're going on vacation, I'm gonna go do my little personal thing. Me and my homeboys, stuff like that. Like, we're not connected with family because people are trying to deal with their, like I said, like their stressors or this stuff in just different ways, rather than being able to even deal with it as a family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Case.
Yeah, because that's another part of therapy too. Like a lot of people, they want to go see this one individual therapist. I need to see a therapist. But communal therapy has been proven fact. Yeah, it's better than going to see a therapist.
But it's that's the course which is it's done dissipated. It's done got watered down. So now you got to see so-called professionals. But yeah, it's yeah.
We can hear that. Yeah.